You know guys, before we start the video, I think it needs to be said. Yesterday, we made history on the channel, okay? We held our first live stream ever. I was tweaking, I didn't know what I was doing. I was reading chat, I was playing the game at the same time. Obviously, I was playing like a bot. It was really crazy, but the big takeaway from that was just how many people showed up. Okay, I think we had like 300, close to 400 peak viewers at once for a pretty long time, and I think overall we're at like 6,500 views on it. Something ridiculous, okay? And I really do appreciate every single person that tuned into the live stream. You guys really didn't need to do that, but everybody was in there throwing W's up. It was just an incredible experience. I have to do it again. If the beta's still up on Monday, we might try it again, have a little bit more production to it. We'll see. But enough of that, guys. We played the Black Ops 6 beta through the Game Pass for free, and I'm here to give you guys my first thoughts, my first impressions, and whether or not I think anybody should buy the game based off of what we've played so far. And yes, I already know the Gooch Slickers are coming out the woodworks already. Oh, you hate on COD, Fooly. You hate on Call of Duty, but you already played the game. You pre-ordered, you bought it. Shut the Guys, you get to a point where a lot of these comments just shut up, man. Shut up. But listen, before we get into it, guys, you know what to do, alright? Make sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, support the Scadmaster, you know, let's try to get as close to 30,000 subs as humanly possible, you know what I'm saying? By the way, everybody who's in stream, you guys know exactly what you gotta be spamming in the comments, right? If you know, you know. But check it out, guys, the Black Ops 6 beta, we played it, and again, I just need to be honest, okay? I don't have it in me to lie and try to be like this fake gooch licking, like, oh my god, it's Call of Duty, the hype is crazy. First of all, we went into this game with like negative hype, okay? Like, I was not interested in what I was seeing simply because it just didn't look good, man. It just looked like a combination between MW 2019 and Cold War.
That shit is a two-pack of ass. The fuck are you talking about? That shit stinks.
And after playing the beta, honestly, that's kind of what it is, except we have Omni movement now. And after playing a couple of sessions, like, that's pretty much what it is, except with Omni movement, which I've talked about this. I like the innovation. I really do. I like that they're doing something different, but changing it in this way to this extent, it's really unnecessary, okay? Okay, like, you can say what you want. I know Doug Dimmadome Warzone is already gooch licking the game talking about, oh, Omni movie is incredible, it's so fun. Shut the fuck up, man. Doug, shut up. Get the gooch off your tongue, man. It is what it is, right? Like, it definitely feels different. There are certain times where I dolphin dive while shooting somebody, and it looks cool, it feels cool, but it's really unnecessary. Like, it really is. Like, that will become the self-identifying part of this game. Now, when I first played it on stream, I was literally like a bot because I was focusing on chat, you know, first time streaming kind of thing. Wasn't really focused. It got to a point where I felt like I was learning the game a little bit more, but suddenly we came across just a significantly ridiculous amount of SBMM, okay? Now, I'm not trying to cope. I'm not trying to say like, oh, everybody's a sweat, this and that. At the same time, you know, I gotta be realistic. It's my first time playing the game, learning the movement. I didn't even do the tutorial because we raw dogged it. I was reading chat at the same time, so I was at a little bit of a disadvantage, but when I started getting the hang of it, I noticed three things. The first thing was that everybody started using the exact same weapon, which was the Jackal or like the 74U type of gun. Yeah, that thing is busted. It's broken. It's another one of those things where like after 4 years, how do you even have a gun that is this obviously better than like everything else in the game? I don't know. That's a balancing concern that simply after 4 years, I don't know if that should exist. And we'll talk about this 4 years thing in a minute. The next thing that I noticed was that every single person I was coming up against was either super sliding, everybody was spamming the bunny hops, or, you know, the Omni movement was going insane, which of course, when it comes to movement and learning the new movement, everybody's spamming everything because they want to learn. But you can tell when people have gotten the hang of it and they're just excessively doing it. And like I said, I'm in a position where I'm really not entirely focused, so I'm kind of interested in how I even got into these types of lobbies. back to back to back to back to back to back to goddamn motherfucking back. And the next thing that I noticed, guys, and you can attest to this, eventually I wanted to party up with some viewers and play some games, right? I'm trying to be cool, I'm trying to be nice. All of a sudden, we have like 10-minute matchmaking times, searching for lobbies within the 120 to 200 ping range. Why? I'm hardwired, by the way, okay? Like, I'm running like a pretty decked out PC. My internet speed is great. I'm hardwired, and yes, I'm live streaming, but I didn't have a single client-side issue in terms of connectivity. Now, of course, we experienced packet burst as well, okay, just out of nowhere, which you can say that's a server issue, but personally, I just think that is inherently a Call of Duty issue now. I don't know if they're just purposely not having servers in certain locations because they want to save money. That's probably what it is. Fuck you, Activision.
You dick-licking, toe-sucking, dick bitch hoe.
But seriously, some of the wait times were just unacceptable, man. Especially even for a beta, right? Like, if there's supposedly so many people playing this, why are you shoving your algorithm down everybody's throats? This is our first impression, and this is what you want to do. It just doesn't make sense to me. But anyways, guys, aside from that, you know, we're going through the motions, and then I realized some of these maps are not it. Okay, and I don't really want to sound like I'm just entirely complaining. I'll talk about some good things that I thought about this game in a minute. We had 3 maps. We had the Skyline map, I think is what it's called. We had like the green map. I don't know what the fuck it's called. And then we had Scud, which we have now labeled as Skid, which in turn has now become Skid Marks, because this map is literally a stain of shit. Okay, like this map is ass. This map stinks. Okay, it sucks. It's not good, and I talked about this on stream. I don't think Treyarch developed this map. And I can make the argument with that green map too, but especially the Skid Marks map. It doesn't look like Treyarch created it. And if they did, it is either somebody who barely came on board with Cold War and thinks he's the shit, or Infinity Ward and or Sledgehammer Games made it, or, check this out, I think AI made this shit, man. Just logically from the human perspective, there's literal areas in the map that you should not go to because not only do you barely have any cover, if you're on the satellite side, you literally have like the ultimate godheady. And the only way to get rid of these people is by sniping them across the map. Bro, I want to play the game. I don't want to sit in the back of the map and camp, okay? This isn't necessarily indicative of how I feel of the full game, but genuinely as my first impression, this is what you're giving me. Okay, this is my first impression, this is what you're handing me, and this is just my thoughts on it. Now listen, I do want to talk about a couple of good things. The Skyline map, I actually thought was really nice. This might be like an unpopular opinion because I've seen other people talk about it, but I think the time to kill is okay. It definitely could be better or tweaked a little bit. I don't know if the headshot multiplier is like times a million, but there's some times where I got super melted, but for the most part, I think it was okay. Maybe it could be a little bit longer, just a tad bit, but I think it's in a pretty okay spot. When it comes to actually using the Omni movement, of course, there's times where it feels kind of fun, but it is gimmicky, alright? Like, it needs to be said, it is very gimmicky, but at least learning it for the first time and finally getting the hang of it, it's not necessarily even like a pro to the Call of Duty game. It's more so like you just feel good that you learned something. And I guess that's a good thing that Call of Duty has finally innovated in something that we actually need to learn in. But is that saying much? I don't know, but it is what it is. And the next thing that I actually really did enjoy, and this might be to my downfall as a controller player, but the aim assist has been tweaked in a way where I guess they removed some of the aim assist types, and generally that makes everybody be on the same playing field as long as you're on controller. Your close range aim assist is kind of gone, which I actually think is a good thing, because when you're that close to somebody, you should have the skill to just maneuver a kill. You don't need your hand held, and this is coming from a controller player who this has benefited. I'm telling you guys right now, aim assist has been ridiculously strong for no fucking reason. Actually, we know the reason, because they want shitters to think they're good and spend money in the shop.
Now listen!
But genuinely, I actually think it's a really positive change that they just removed this option and made it less customizable, less optimizable, because aim assist was genuinely becoming like a ridiculous problem. In my opinion, this is coming from a controller player. Aim assist was too strong. And I really enjoy that they kind of removed that feature And I like that they actually communicated that on Twitter as well. Like, that's also just like a freebie point for me, alright? But guys, even when I think about certain things like the movement, like if you've actually refined the movement in a new way, I would assume after 4 years, just judging off of the Titan developer that we are talking about, the Titan franchise and publishing company with an infinite budget, I think after 4 years of developing this, it should not be in this state. This is where we need to kind of strap down, and all the gooch slickers out there that are crying and coping that I have something negative to say. Yeah, this is your guys' time to shine. So if you got something to say, you better make sure it hits in the comments, alright? Because I'm telling you right now, after 4 years, this does not seem like it took 4 fucking years. I don't know if I would say it looks like it took like 2 or 3 years or anything like that, but I can certainly tell you, after 4 years, I don't think so. The movement is clunky. Okay, we've talked about, you know, it could be fun at times once you learn it. It's kind of gimmicky, this and that. It's one of those, like, if you know, you know, right? Like, play the beta, and we'll talk about that in a second too. Play the beta, try it yourself. You tell me. It feels clunky in my opinion. Some of the gunfights feel a little clunky, a little wonky. The spawns are literally horrendous, which once again, like, I get it, in a live setting it's different, but brother, 4 years, and you've developed how many games? Call of Duty's been around for how many years? No, like we can't continue with these like excuses. It's great that Doug Dimmadome Warzone wants to come out here with his fucking asshole stretched open talking about, oh, just a reminder, Black Ops 6, it has 4 years of development making it Call of Duty history, whatever he said. Alright, you wanna like hang that over people's head? You better deliver. And you better make sure those 4 years created a nearly flawless product. And I know that's difficult to ask. I know that for some people, that's like a thing where, well, you're asking for too much. No, the fuck you're not. No, you are not. Stop letting people gaslight you into believing that because these are developers with feelings, that they can't be held accountable for unacceptable things. When you have 4 years of anything, you are literally creating an environment where you are asking for criticism if your product is not near flawless. And it doesn't even need to be near flawless, but you could just tell. The spawns are straight shit. The balancing is straight shit. The maps are literally like fucking Harriet Tubman WAP. Huh? Okay, like it's ass. The movement is clunky, which I mean I can give them a pass because we have a new movement system, but some of these other things that have existed for years upon years, no. Not for me. Not as a consumer, not as the customer, not as a fan. You know, we got Gooch Slicker saying because I play the game, I support them and like I'm advertising for free. Okay, fine, fuck it. If that's my position, okay, from Activision's perspective, then you better actually take it as real criticism that I am telling you, this is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. Some of these things are not good. They're simply not good. I made this a point on stream. If I were to stack every single first impression of every single Treyarch title that I've ever played. Think about this. Black Ops 1, 2, 3, 4, Cold War, and now Black Ops 6. My first time, your first time playing any of those games. Why is it the one that took the most amount of time to create, the one that was polished supposedly for 4 years, why is this one the one that feels not only the least complete, but it also just doesn't hold my interest? It really doesn't. And I really hate to say it because I like Treyarch. I think this game is uninteresting. Okay, like once you get past the gimmick of Omni movement, tell me how this game differs from Cold War and MW 2019. I'm really trying to be honest. And now it's to the point where I have to tell you guys, you might enjoy certain aspects of this game. I certainly do. And you know what? I might still even hold the same opinion that when it's all said and done, I think this game is still going to be better than all of the last games, MW 2019 to the present day. I kind of still think that's going to be the case because this isn't like a horrible game by any means. It's just not 4 years worthy. That's my whole point. If that's what your entire selling point is with Omni movement, once you get past that gimmick and you start seeing the true colors of this game, you start realizing like, yo, did this actually take 4 years? Because it really doesn't seem like it. And now I'm sitting here and I gotta tell you guys because I need to be honest. I understand if you want to play the game, I really do, but play it for free. If you can get a token for Xbox Game Pass, PC Game Pass, go ahead and do that. Get free access, early access even. But I highly suggest that you guys at least try it for yourselves before you make a decision on whether or not you want to purchase this game for like $70 fucking.
Put him on the fucking camera!
In my opinion, not worth it. Doesn't seem like 4 years went into it. And once again, for every gooch licker out there that's inevitably gonna be like, oh, you bought the game, you still playing the game. We're a fucking COD channel, bro. We're not some of these influencers online or at CODnags just sucking cock live and just getting paid for it. No, we are anti-prostitution here, guys. Scatmaster is not a prostitute. Get it through your minds. But that's gonna do it for me today, guys. I'm curious to know what you guys think about all this. What are your first thoughts on the beta? Did you play it? Have you purchased the game already? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notifications to stay up to date with my newest videos. And yeah, guys, it's been the boy Fooly. Have yourselves a good one. I'm out of here. Peace.
This ain't in my body.